Hello, and welcome to episode 2 of Storytime with the Science Teacher. And today, the focus of our story will be, or the story that we're going to watch is called The Water Princess. And it's written by Susan Verde and illustrated by Peter H. Reynolds. And I apologize for background sound, but since I'm recording here. So, anywho, this is an intro video that's going to illustrate the inspiration for this book. So enjoy. Oops, actually, here, let's play it. There we go.
I never wanted to become a model, but I needed the money to pay for my school. I look my past and my present today. I'm very amazed. Burkina Faso is my hometown. I'm from precisely Rio, the village of Gundi, Bichalbia, and Bultin. There is 17 million people who live in Burkina Faso, and 80% of the population do not have access to clean drinking water. Millions of women and young girls across my country walk every day at least for 3 miles, 4 miles, 5 miles to go get water. Grandma would put me on her back. She would put me on her back and carry me. So slowly by slowly, when you start walking, they give you a small pot that you put on your head. Then the more you grow, the pot is getting bigger and bigger. As a child, I never liked it. It was too hard for me to understand why it was the role of the young girl and the woman to do that. I was fighting every morning with my grandmother. She'd wake me up. Georgie, it's time to go get the water. I'm like, Grandma, I don't want to wake up. I don't want to go get the water. I want to do something else. I never understood why we do not have water in our village, why the water wasn't close, and why we have to boil the water, why we have to filter the water. I never really understood that. I grew up, I traveled the world. I live in New York, where every time my sink water is like running in the kitchen, I take a shower for 10 minutes. I have plenty of water everywhere. And I go home to visit my sister, who is almost 9 months pregnant. She had to wake up between 9 a.m. and 2 a.m. to go fetch water. To me, it was like, wow, what a world. Nothing changed. My cousin, she'd never been to school. She never had that chance, to be educated, because my grandmother needed her help to go get the water with her. Imagine if she let my cousin Rita go to school. Who's gonna go get the water? We cannot educate a young girl without water. We must bring that basic human right first, so that they have an opportunity to go to school and get an education. We cannot emancipate a woman without water. So I created my charity, the Georgie Badiel Foundation, and in less than a year, we provided access to clean drinking water to over 75,000 people in my country. This is just a start. I do not want to scratch the surface. I want to get the work done.
All right, so this is actually based on her childhood experience and her name is Georgie Badiel. And the title of the story is The Water Princess, and it's written by Susan Verde and illustrated by Peter H. Reynolds. And the credits, it says, in honor of my grandmother, my mother, my father, and all the women and young girls around the world who walk for miles to get water. And that's from Georgie. And then to all those still waiting and still walking to find clean, drinkable water, and those doing the work to provide access to the basic human right and precious source of life. And that's from Susan Verde. And then from the illustrator, it's to Kathy Lucas. All right. I am Princess Gigi. My kingdom, the African sky, so wide and so close, I can almost touch the sharp edges of the stars. I can tame the wild dogs with my song. I can make the tall grass sway when I dance. I can make the wind play hide and seek. But I cannot make the water come closer. I cannot make the water run clearer, no matter what I command. It is early morning, still dark. My mother wakes me. Gigi, my princess, it's time to get up. We must collect the water. Water, come! Do not make me wake before even the sun is out of bed, I demand. Come, please, I say. But the water won't listen, and I know we will have to walk so far to the well. I am too sleepy to put on my crown. I think of the pot that will rest on my braids instead. The thirst comes quick. Dry lips, dry throat. I squeeze my eyes shut. I see it. Clear. I dip my toes in it. Cool. I scoop it up and bring it to my lips. Slowly, I open my eyes. Nothing. I kick the dust. I grab my empty pot and place it upon my head. My mother does the same, and our journey begins, full of song. My mama adds her melody. Our steps are light. We twirl and laugh together. The miles give us room to dance. Halfway there, we stop for a moment at the giant karite tree, long enough to grab a handful of sweet shea nuts for energy. We can keep the dance going just a little longer. Mama, are we there yet? Finally, I hear the water running from the well, the giggles of my friends, the chatter of women. Some have traveled farther than I, only to return home when the sun has gone to bed. Mama holds our place while I play with friends. The dance continues. The water is flowing. Pots filling with dusty, earth-colored liquid. Gigi, come, maintenant. My turn now. The dance home has slowed to careful steps. My thirst so heavy, like the full pot I carry. Our song is softer now. Our shoulders ache. Our feet cramp. I see home at last. Mama boils enough water for drinking. We wait. We wash our clothes. We prepare food for cooking. My father comes quickly from the fields to share in the drink and the meal. He scoops me up. My princess, you have returned with water. Drink, Mama says, finally. Every sip fills me with energy. I want to make it last, but I can't. I gulp it down. Clothes and body clean, I sing to the dogs. I dance with the tall grass. I hide from the wind. Mama brings one last cup she has saved just for me. Drink, my princess. Sleep, my princess. Tomorrow we journey again. Mama, I say as I close my eyes, why is the water so far? Why is the water not clear? Where is our water? Sleep, she says. Dream, she says. Someday you will find a way, my princess. Someday. I am Princess Gigi. My kingdom, the African sky, the dusty earth, and someday the flowing, cool, crystal clear water. Someday. All right, so this is a little background information that I'll read for you. Imagine your life without water. No kitchen faucet to fill your glass when you're thirsty. No shower or bathtub to clean your body. Imagine if you couldn't go to school because you had to spend each day walking for miles just to get water and not even know if the water you reach will be clean. This is true for nearly 1 billion people around the world. That's 1 out of every 6 who doesn't have access to clean water. This crisis is what motivated African model Georgie Badiel to work to make a difference and get clean water to those in need. As a young girl in Burkina Faso, Georgie spent her summers living with her grandmother. Every morning, Georgie and the other girls and women of the village walked for miles to fill the pots with water and to return it home to be used for the basics, for drinking, bathing, cooking, only to wake up the next morning and make the journey again. Georgie knows firsthand the suffering and the struggle of all those without clean water. In Burkina Faso alone, nearly a quarter of the population has no access to clean water. Both illnesses come from contaminated water, and the time it takes to collect water every day prevent many of the children from going to school. The walk itself is on average 4 miles each day, which is a length of about 70 football fields. The Water Princess is a story inspired by Georgie's own childhood and her wish that the water would come to her and those in her community together. Together with Ryan's Well, Georgie is working to make a change and bring this basic right, the source of life, to the people of Burkina Faso and beyond. We hope this story brings awareness to the ongoing crisis and inspires you to be a part of the change. For more information about what we can do to make a difference, we hope you'll visit us at www.ryanswell.ca and georgiebadielfoundation.org. And then there's some pictures off to the side. So here it says, the women of Gundi. Okay, so this is very small for me to read, but the women of Gundi, Georgie's grandmother's village in Burkina Faso, take long walks to collect water. They do not yet have a well in their village. And then here the girls are, so the second picture to the left, the girls and women of Gundi have arrived at the river where they still fill pots with water and bring it back to the village. The water will still need to be cleaned before they will be able to drink it. And then the bottom picture on the left, this is a little girl from Gowdy who carries water home. She has found the joy and playfulness in the journey. She is a water princess. And then on the right, it says, the children of l'École Primaire de Reynolds, sorry, Georgie Badiel celebrate the first water princess and built in partnership with Ryan's Well. And then here it says Georgie pumps clean water from the new well at l'École Primaire de Reynolds, which has about 578 students from 6 to 12 years old. So it's a very big school. And then the children of, and I can't read this, it's so tiny, Bachielbia play in the water from a new well built by Georgie Badiel's foundation. All right, so that's that. And then finally, I am Princess Gigi. My kingdom, the African sky, the dusty earth, and someday the flowing, cool, crystal clear water. Someday. And that's the end. Thank you so much for joining us in this presentation, and have a great day.